What up, everybody? Welcome to Sounds and Sights with your host, Nick Signs. Today, I'm giving you 3 tips that I've learned as an artist working a normal job over the past 3 years that have helped me consistently create without getting burnt out. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, start the day with your passion. In my case, it's music. Sounds pretty simple, right? Another way of thinking about it is don't start the day with your day job. Something I've found is that however I start the day creates a lot of momentum for how the rest of the day feels. If I start the day with music and creativity, I'll naturally feel more creative later in the day because I've already gotten the wheels turning. Sometimes I'll just randomly think of ideas throughout the day just because I was thinking about it earlier. Your brain actually does a lot of thinking when you're not actively thinking about it. So let your brain do some of the work for you. And this actually applies to almost anything. This works for producing, for songwriting, or for anything else like eating healthy or exercising. Starting the day with whatever you want the day to be filled with really helps. Unfortunately, it also works the opposite way. For me, on days where I've started off the day with mindless social media scrolling or going on Reddit, I found myself even more likely to go back to doing those things later in the day, even if I wanted to get other stuff done. So, for tip number 1, start the day with your passion. Tip number 2, one word, time. Most people are only kind of aware of how much time certain things take. Getting ready in the morning, going to work, ordering Chinese food, whatever it happens to be. But what about creative things? How long does it take to whip up an album artwork on Canva? How long should it take for me to mix guitars into my new song? Well, I have good news and I have bad news. And they're both the same. There's no perfect answer. It just takes reps, doing it over and over and over again to get a feel for how long these things take. But one thing that can really help speed that process up is a technique called the Pomodoro technique. It's pretty simple. Let me explain. 25 minutes of work, 5 minutes of break. And during that 25 minutes of work, only concentrating on one thing. No flip-flopping between songs, no checking Instagram in the meantime. Strictly business. So this technique helps us in a few ways. A, if you're watching this, you're probably a human being, and it's pretty well established that human beings just function better concentrating on one thing at a time. We're not very good at multitasking. B, by bringing awareness to time, you can start to practice and get a better feel for how long the things that you do take. For instance, mixing drums might generally take you 3 Pomodoros or 3 25-minute work sessions. Writing a verse might take you 2. Making a TikTok might only take you 1. Like anything else, if you practice paying attention to how much time things take, you'll get better at it, and you'll be better able to plan without overcommitting and burning yourself out. C, 25 minutes of work with 5 minutes of break fits neatly into a 30-minute block. If you have a daily schedule for your day job, you can usually neatly tuck 30 minutes in there somewhere, and it just makes it easy to manage on a calendar. In summary, tip number 2, Pomodoro technique, and start paying attention to time. What up, everybody? If you've made it this far, chances are you're pretty serious about this artist thing. If that's the case, I would definitely take this minute and subscribe to the channel. It won't hurt my feelings if you don't. But as an artist, I wouldn't suggest it unless I genuinely thought it would be helpful to you. Anyway, back to the learning. Tip number 3. Some days at work will be emotionally draining or take way more time than you expected, and it will throw off your creative plan for the day. It happens, but that's okay. Take a deep breath, adjust your plan accordingly, but most importantly, keep going. I can't tell you how many times I would have a bad day and I would let that momentum bleed into the next day and the next day and the next day. And I wouldn't get back into the swing of things for like a full week. So just remember, not every day is going to be perfect, so don't expect it to be. This is part of the process. If you feel like yesterday you were on fire and creativity was coming like that, and today you woke up late, the creativity well is dry, everything sucks. That's the process. It will happen from time to time. Acknowledge it. Today just wasn't my day, and keep going. It's like an ocean tide. Just as quickly as it goes away, it does come back. Believe in that, and you got it. In conclusion, it is 100% possible to make progress in your creative passion while working a day job. So the 3 tips in a nutshell. Start the day with your passion, make planning a part of your process, And know, deep in your soul, that not every day is going to be perfect, but that's normal. One last piece that wasn't officially a part of the video, but something I feel responsible to tell you anyway. Enjoy yourself. Give yourself a pat on the back. You've made it this far. If you're watching this video right now, you're obviously doing the right things. I hope this was valuable, and let me know in the comments if any of these tips worked for you. As always, if you like this video or anything that I've had to offer here today, hit the like button and subscribe for more. Until next time, rock on.